Heidi ho, everyone. My name is Joey, and welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. I'm here today, filling in for Mr. Fruit, and I think we get to some banger topics today, honestly.
Everyone's going to be like, who is this guy?
Who's this guy, dude? Well, you'll find out in this
exactly.
Yeah.
You'll find out about Joey's lore. Mr. Fruit is currently on vacation for his honeymoon.
He wanted to dodge my episode.
Exactly. So he's like, I got to get the hell out of here. Today we talk about Joey's lore, what he's kind of gone through to get him to this point. We talk about Pokemon Unite. Is it, dare I say, the greatest MOBA to ever grace the earth? And we also talk about some other things that you can find out. And we also have Q&A questions.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, thank you guys all for hanging out and listening to the podcast. Let's get right into it.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, is that there's always a catch. So when I first heard of Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service just starting at $15 a month, I thought there has to be a catch. But after speaking with one of them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. By cutting out the retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in some form of mysterious fee. Instead, Mint Mobile just passes those sweet savings directly to you. Mint Mobile showed me that I could save at least $35 by switching to their service. For people looking for extra savings, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG. I started just like this. That's how we start these podcasts, Joey.
Wow.
When Mr. Fruit's not here, it's just kind of, you kind of just go with it.
Just kind of wing
and
it.
And like Mr. Fruit, he keeps us in line, I think of it as like kind of inside the NBA. Almost like he's Ernie Johnson and I'm Shaq and Blues Charles Barkley.
I don't want to. No,
I only understood like one word of that. So
I can't be Charles Barkley. He has major beef with San Antonio, so we can't be.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I'll be Charles. You could be Shaq.
Yeah, I'm Shaq. Let's go.
But anyways, welcome to episode 93 of the GG Over Easy podcast, also known as the episode "Dad is away getting Sagegis." Mr. Fruit is away right now on his honeymoon. You wouldn't know that because he's still uploaded like a freak, like a grinder that he is. He will be back next week for episode 94. It's crazy that we're almost in 100 episodes. That is
or Willie.
wild.
Maybe I'll just take his place.
Yeah, and introducing the guest filling in for Mr. Fruit today, AbouTimeJoey. Welcome, Joey.
Dude.
Not maybe as great as your podcast, known as the Cosmic Couch.
The Cosmic Couch podcast, brand new on Spotify and YouTube. But
well, we saw your tape over at the Cosmic Couch, and we thought we'd sign you over here at GG Over Easy for a little guest appearance.
Glad to be here. I'm glad to change sides so early on in the game. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, boys. It's about time.
Dear God.
I already hate it.
I was waiting to do it, but he got it first.
Listen, I got to get to it before everybody and their mom starts saying it. It's a whole thing. It's always funny every time.
For the people who aren't familiar with Joey or his lore or anything like that, my experience with Joey is Joey was a Mr. This is my Joey was a Mr. Fruit commenter who left cool comments in Mr. Fruit's Pokemon videos, or just videos in general. I think it almost started with Pokemon and then kind of went to other playthroughs as well and stuff. And then I don't know if you officially gamed with him at some point, or you just thought, or he just thought you were really funny and cool, because you are. I gotta give it to you, Joe. You're a good guy.
I gotta be honest. I think he thought I was cringe as hell. But you know what? Thanks, Rob, for thinking.
And now you're at the GG Over Easy podcast.
Yeah,
exactly.
Look where I've
those comments, those upview. If he never hearted that comment,
dude. Actually, I was gonna say that one of my first. Yeah, what I used to do is I used to write paragraph long Nuzlocke comments under Mr. Fruit's like second channel Nuzlocks. I think starting with the Heart Gold one that he did. episode 8 or 7. You can find me. Go ahead and check me out. And under that comment, someone said, "Oh my God, you should do this for every episode." And I was like, huh, maybe I should. So, yo, if you're out there, that guy who said that, I'm here because of you, dude.
You're the
So you're saying the OG Nuzlocke fruit.
OG
that
Nuzlocke,
Fruit
yes.
did.
Like episode 7 or 8, because I didn't start doing them. And then I made like one like 2-sentence long like recap of the last episode or something, or like
okay, so here's the episode 7.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now, and here's About Time Joey, 198 upvotes.
Ah, not bad.
Praying nobody dies this episode. Pray hand emoji.
Okay, so that was the first one. Okay, now I think episode 8 is where I stared doing like sentence long things. Yeah.
Okay, so episode 8 is when you start like, hey, I'm gonna pick this up. Senpai
Yeah, dude,
noticed.
This is my job now. Yeah. I actually, you know what? I actually think I have a screenshot of when that was emailed to me of Mr. Fruit hearted your thing on
really?
Mr. Fruit. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, let's go, because I was super into the game. I started, I think, watching Fruit in like 2016, which, to put in perspective, I was 15 years old. So that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm 20 now. So, I've grown up a little bit. I've grown up a lot.
Can't even drink.
Can't even drink yet, but you know what? This December, baby. Mom, click out of the video now. You're watching this. No, but like, yeah. So I think I started episode 8, and I just kept going, and then he started pinning them. He started liking them and pinning them. I was like,
can you recall your comment off the top of your head? Episode 8 or no chance?
Here we see our hero going to, I think it was Ekritique City. What will he encounter today on today's episode? And then I was like, something like that.
This is what I see 3 years ago.
Shit.
What's in store for our young hero today? Adventures, defeats, victories, saying goodbye to old friends, or hello to new ones? Most importantly, will our hero name a Pokemon after Joey today? Find out today on the Nuzlocke.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I did eventually get my name. And actually, hold on. This is my work ID for video listeners who can see it.
Oh, you're doxing yourself. Let's go.
I'm doxing myself.
First dox. Let's go.
Okay, shit. It's actually not at my desk. It's on the other side. But on my work ID, I have my name, and then right up below that, I have a Dugong Pokemon card, because that's the thing that he named me after. So
you were the
kind of
Dugong.
banger.
That's a good Pokemon too. I'm a big fan of Dugong.
You know, the thing is, I think it's funny because I'm not really a big
Dugong.
fan of him, but he named me after him, and I was like, fuck it, this is my life now. So and then, I took it. I took it with full force.
And then the person that commented under is like Nider Rand C says, Joey the awesome dude. I better be seeing something like this on the next episode.
Yes, because my username back then wasn't About Time Joey. That was before About Time Joey, and I was Joey the awesome dude. So that's my middle school email there. So
you're like, you know what?
Kind of awesome. And
what a starter name.
Right? What a banger way to just push through the gates. Maybe Fruit was like, yeah, this guy kind of is.
What am
awesome,
I missing? Like,
well,
I'm an awesome dude.
It's funny because I'm like, I was trying so hard to make like a brandable name, because I was like, okay, I gotta think of something better than this. Like Joey the awesome dude is just kind of cringe. So I was walking to class one day, and I was so like upset about the fact that I couldn't think of a better name that I was like just late to class. And I walked in, and my teacher was like, well, it's about time, Joey. And I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
That's so
Miss
brandable.
Williams. Like,
yes, dude. It was so brandable. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that.
I like your name. I think it's great.
I got my logo sketched into this little thing.
Oh, who did that?
My friend Abby. My first fan art here. So she's like embroidered it into a little thing. I think it looks pretty good. Yo,
fan art's awesome.
This too, so.
I'll tell you this, like,
very cool
the most favorite thing that's ever come out of content creation for me is the stories that people tell me and the fan art that we receive. Like, dude, that is literally the best part about content creating.
Yeah,
is
you
like,
can draw anything. I mean,
even Rule 34. Rule 34 us up.
Dude. I'll take it, dude. Yeah, me and you doing that one TTT video where we were.
Can someone Rule 34 blue and dork? All right, like, it's gonna happen.
Oh, they have.
Oh,
I've seen
absolutely. It's already happened.
Wait, you think Dorks? Does Dorks OC have Rule 34?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing about Dork. He's had R34 made of his character. So
no way.
Let's go. Pay to win.
I want to see some
Good
of
for
it.
him. Good. You know what? Good for him.
Yeah, that's dork though. You knew he was gonna.
Do you have Rule 34?
Me? I certainly hope not.
Well, since your penguin is kind of already a character, there has to be something of that character, right?
Well, I'm sure there's
Your little penguin dude.
Do we really need to go down deep?
We don't. We don't. We can go back to my lore. We can skip back to the lore.
Do we need to go deep on what the internet is capable of? Because I don't think we want to go down the minds of what.
Too much.
Basically, all right. It's Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. But you don't need to go that deep on the potential.
Dangerous.
It's a danger, and I don't want to talk about it. Wow. I'm just thinking about it. God,
So Joey, I have your third comment here. That is the one where you kind of I think you start to find your kind of your groove here. It says, as our adventure continues across the vast land of Pokemon, it is time for Mr. Fruit to face even more unforeseen challenges, such as difficult opponents, hard decisions, and what Pokemon to name Joey. What could change for our hero in today's episode of The Nuzlocke?
Yo, dude. I gotta be honest with you. 17-year-old me was kind of fucking funny. No, you should skip forward like to another Nuzlocke or like.
Okay, yeah, so that was 8. I'm gonna go to like 29.
Your Cuphead series, I made poems for every episode.
Oh, really? Haikus or like actual poems?
I wrote like pretty decently long poems. You can find me on most, not more of the recent ones because I really haven't been able to like watch them when they come out anymore. Because see, the thing is what I would do when those episodes would come out is I would set a timer on my phone. I knew exactly when they came out, and I would sit in English class, back of the class, hoodie on, headphones in, type out the thing and put it in a note file. And then the second the video went live, I'd copy paste easy. And so I was the first comment every time. I had
and Mr. Fruit was gonna be there reading because like Mr. Fruit reads every comment.
And so he would like him or he would pin him, and I was like, let's go, let's get it. And then I would watch the video in class.
So this is episode 29. So to put it in comparison, episode
way longer, right?
Yeah. So episode 8 came out in October 3rd of 2017. Episode 29 was November 1st, 2017. So time has passed here. So it says, we continue to follow our cool cantaloupe. Oh, wow.
I started doing alliteration for his name. I started doing that in the first one. That's kind of
as he kills off the Deoxys I was trying to give him, but soon a new challenger arrived. Pibs, the uncaptured. The Latios would just not settle for any normal Pokeball, forcing Fruit to use his precious Master Ball. Fruit seemed almost disappointed putting his newest legendary into the PC, but still asked the comment section to help him make his decisions. Will the newest Pokemon take Pickle's well-deserved place, or will Snorlax not be moved for the party, or from the party, like he doesn't move from the roads?
There was
look at that. A little
Snorlax
callback to the show. Yeah, a little callback to the show.
There was I put a lot into those. And like I'm saying, dude, I would type these out in class. Like I would come up with literally I big words, I knew it. And then what's funny is my teacher, like every week, she'd be like, if you write like a few paragraphs a week, I'll give you extra credit for it.
No way.
I would show her the note of all these because like a week it would be like 5 paragraphs. So it was like basically a small essay that I would write every week. And then I would show it to her and she gave me extra credit for like half my class, which was great because most of that class I just sat in the back and watched Mr. Fruit. So Mr. Fruit, hey, thanks for Miss Kane, shout out. I would just watch her.
This must have been soon after Dugong perishes. Spoiler. Also in our hero's near future, he will be facing his second Kanto gym leader. Will that challenge take more innocent Pokemon from our party? I guess we'll have to wait and find out on this episode of the Nuzlocke. Hashtag my death brings legendaries. Hashtag Dugong, but not forgotten.
Oh,
I like that. I
that's
like that little hashtag. That is actually funny.
Kind of a funny guy.
And then it says, and then look at this. P.S. How did I almost get 300 subscribers in less than 24 hours? I'm starting to work on a subscriber special. Thanks for the support. Look at you even getting some follows.
Dude, I got quite a lot. I mean, you guys liked me for some reason. I don't know why. But flash forward to now, I ended up asking Fruit. I was like, hey, banger idea. How about I just record one for the beginning episode and the end episode of the Nuzlocke that you guys are doing right now, the Soul Link. And he was like, yeah, sure, that's a great idea. So I ended up recording one, typing it all out, making it fit in like the little intro to the game. And then if you watch, the first episode of this most recent Nuzlocke, you can actually hear me narrating over it, make my appearance, because I knew I wouldn't be able to do the comments for this one because I can't keep up with YouTube anymore. Like,
are you gonna do like at some point when it's like halfway through the series, you'll maybe do like a quick little TLDR almost,
maybe,
kind of
if they
catch up our heroes,
if they want me to. It's just like it's hard because he has to edit it in, and I have to know what's going on. So like, maybe not, because you guys are still a few episodes ahead, right, Blue? Like you guys are kind of like more than halfway done, right?
Yeah, so well, I don't know if we're more than halfway done. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
you guys get owned.
Yeah, we do. So we've, for Fruit's honeymoon, I think we've recorded like 2 weeks ahead. And the worst part about all of it is every single time we do something wrong, which happens a lot, the entire comment section is, when are they going to figure out the Walrein is primary ice type? And it's like, I don't know, dude. Why don't you ask the versions of us that recorded this 2 weeks in front of all of this? In 2 weeks, we'll talk about how Walrein's primary ice gets fixed. And then at one point, we had 2 steel typings that were the same. It was Dialga and, spoiler alert.
But who thinks Dialga's steel? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Spoiler word, even though this came out like almost a week and a half ago. So yeah, Dialga and Skarmory were primary steel. And me and Fruit were like, thank God that we absolutely nuked both of those 2 episodes later, because that would have been a big problem. We would not have noticed. But yeah, we really suck at Nuzlocke. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey man, that's kind of the pull to him, honestly. Like
100%.
I was even gonna put it in like the intro thing, but I had to cut it out for time. It was like, people are probably gonna die, but isn't that the point? Isn't that what's fun? Come on.
So, Joe, I pulled up your YouTube channel and I just remembered something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your claim to fame is the Bongo September cat
thing. That got 4 million views on Twitter.
I remember being one of the first people to retweet that before
actually,
it went.
I think you were the first.
I remember watching that going, wow, this is really good and really funny. I retweeted it, and then I came back to it like a day or later or something like that, and it had like 15K or something like that. It was crazy.
I think the final number before it got copyright striked was like 4.3 million views on Twitter. And
how long did you work on that for?
Probably like 2 hours. Like if you look at it, like
it's great
on a TV. Oh, it's bad. No, it's so bad.
Oh, like, what is it really?
Yes, because what I did is I don't know how to draw shit. So all that was me like putting the Bongo cat like over like someone else's drawing of it just over that song and having it like flip every once in a while. So I had like a whole Premiere Pro thing. Actually, it probably took more than like 3 hours. But I had a whole like Premiere Pro thing set up where he would just like dance to it or whatever. But if you look closely, like if you're looking at it like on a TV or on a computer screen, you can see that there's 2 frames that aren't the same color of white, because I took them from 2 different artists. So you can see it like blinking, like flashing white, because they're 2 slightly, and I didn't notice because it's Premiere and it's the shitty quality.
But like on Twitter, it's totally on Twitter, it's the fine. Compression is
but like if you watch it on like YouTube, if you just watch that clip like on a flat screen TV, you can see like where I cut around and like erase stuff. It's really bad. But yeah, I really like that edit, and I got like a decent amount of followers from it on Twitter too.
You have like some of the best. Like I forgot about the Super Smash Bros. The Dream Team one, and then like the Lasagna Paradox one.
Yeah, that was funny.
The Lasagna Paradox one might even be like my favorite one.
Yeah,
like
I like that a lot. See, and that was kind of one of my things too. Is not only did I do the comments, but I was also super into editing. I was like the leader of like our editing club at my school. Like I started it.
Oh, that's super
into it, and like I kind of wanted.
What do you prefer to edit on?
I do Premiere. My dad pays for it, so. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Let's go, Dad.
No, but I started doing fruit memes, and like one of the big things that I wanted to start doing at first was like, oh, I can just kind of be the meme guy, just kind of get follows off that, and you guys, all followed me. Blue, you're still not following me, just saying. But I got
Oh, wow.
some follows on Twitter. I'm just saying you don't need to follow me or anything. I'm just
Oh, peer
But-
He's just
pressure, I
saying.
like it.
I'm just saying, Blue. So I kind of started doing that and kind of started getting recognition on Reddit and whatever. And then though some people kind of started being toxic about it, so I kind of stopped doing it for a little bit, because I think like people that I kind of looked up to in the community were kind of like, hey, don't quit your day job with this streaming thing because you're only going to be good for fruit memes. And I'm like, oh,
That's sad.
ouch. So that was like when I was like kind of trying to get into streaming. I think when I was like maybe my sophomore, junior year, which I'm totally glad I didn't get famous at that time because God was my computer was terrible. I was streaming, Overwatch in like 420p. It was bad. It was just not good at all.
At least you had a computer to stream from when you
that's
first
true.
like. I had to stream from the PS4.
Yeah, well, that was how I started originally
Yeah.
too on Overwatch PS4. But like then I moved over. Then I tried to play like Fortnite or whatever. And there's still some like pretty decently funny clips from that time, but like not anything that I would like post on Twitter now. And then I think that's when I first started like playing with you guys originally, because I think I was super big in the Arios community. So I think I played Fortnite with him. I played with him, Bless, and Shark. And Shark made so much fun of me the first time we hung out. And I was like, I kind of low-key got off after and kind of cried a little bit.
Oh, Sag.
Because and it was honestly, looking back, so fucking funny. But at the time I was like, man, he doesn't like my name because he called me because my name has one T in it, the about and the time share a T, which I thought was super brandable, by the way. But whatever. They share a T, so he called me AbouTime because he's like, is it AbouTime or is it about time? And I'm like,
I don't know. I just want to play with you guys.
It's about time. I mean, I'm trying to, kind of be a dream team guy or whatever. And he made fun of me. He was like, it's all jokes. He never meant it with malice or anything. But I left that lobby and I was like, man, maybe it's a bad name. Maybe I gotta rethink my name. But no, it was honestly so fucking fun playing with those guys. And like, I still love Arios, Bless, Shark, because shortly after that, funny enough, Fruit asked for an editor on Twitter. I think like around like late 2017, he asked for an editor on Twitter. And of course I was like, this is my moment. This is my time.
Boom.
I know, like I was so focused in. And I think I made like a pretty good like practice edit for him, but he was probably trying to avoid me, which is totally understandable. And so, it never came to fruition. But Bless ended up seeing my like tweet at Fruit for like the editing job. So he DM'd me. He's like, hey, I've seen your memes. You want to be my editor? And at first I was like, but this isn't Mr. Fruit, man. Come on. But I was like, it's dream team, I'll take it. So I ended up taking it. And to be honest, like I still loved Bless at the time too, because I, obviously knew him from like Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Your
like,
coworkers with the guy now.
Exactly. And see, I was like, started editing for him and I was like, hey, I will do anything you want for free. I can edit for you. I can make thumbnails, do whatever you want. You're a legend. Just get me closer to the dream team, pretty much. And well, I didn't say that, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, like you're going to get paid for your work. And I'm just a normal guy. Don't worship me or whatever. Yeah. And it was kind of like the first time that I really got like slapped in the face with like, oh, content creators are people. And it was kind of like it kind of was like when my worldview changed, because this whole time I had been like, basically like adding Fruit on Twitter every other day to follow me or whatever. And like, just kind of being I wouldn't say cringe because I would never be cringe, but it was just kind of like, I saw them as like a different tier for me.
Like a deity almost.
Exactly.
Like,
the way they see Dream stands today or whatever. Love Monk. Dream, not Monk.
Bro, we love Dream here. Dream. Yeah, we love Dream here, guys.
But yeah, like kind of like in just like an unhealthy way. And then when I started talking to Bless for the first time, like, and we genuinely started connecting and becoming friends, I edited for him for like 3 years. It was great. Lovely. I love Bless. But like over that time, I was like, this is just a normal dude. Fruit is just a normal dude. Rob's just a normal dude. And it finally clicked. I was like, oh, if I want to genuinely be friends with these people, I can't be their mega fan, So it's like around that time too, I stopped kind of watching YouTube and like started actually having a life, because I was a loser throughout high school. I went to 3 high schools. had a really rough time making friends, and most of them, my first two, just did not know anybody. And then my third one, I was like, you know what? Kind of done with YouTube right now. There wasn't really a lot going on. I was kind of super depressed, so I wanted to make friends. So I ended up joining the drama club, theater kid.
You're the thespian.
Yes, of course. Yes. And I actually, hey, you're talking to the best Snoopy in that. I played Snoopy in a musical. All right, you're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
Doesn't Snoopy just go like, and like,
No.
Doesn't he just
Not
like
in
sleep
the musical?
Okay, in the musical he owns it.
Yes, I was the star of that musical, and actually, something I said on my podcast.
Oh, please have footage of it.
I do. I have a whole DVD of it. If I get to 5,000 followers on Twitch before this year ends, I will post my solos on Twitter.
You had solos?
I had 3 solos. I have
Dude,
a monologue and 2 solos.
I have a lot of respect for people who did like musicals and stuff.
Well, I was 17, so I don't know. I don't know if it's good. I don't know. Like,
you haven't rewatched it?
No, I was in a dog costume. I did not want to see it, but I have it out in my living room right now, and I know exactly where it is. I will post my solos on Twitter if I get to 5,000 followers before, because I just hit 800 yesterday, thanks to Pokemon Unite, and I've been really grinding Twitch recently. I kind of dropped out of college and said, you know what, I'll try the content creation thing for a little bit, and I'm trying to pay my bills with editing and Twitch next month because I'm moving out of my parents' house. There's a lot happening. The point of the story is, yeah, I'm trying it out. I really love streaming. I really love like interacting. I mean, I was a theater kid, for crying out loud. Like, I love being as the center of attention. No, I love interacting with people and like seeing that like community just grow and shit like that. So it's been really fun recently.
I really wanted to do the Grease musical when I was in high school, but I unfortunately cared about what people thought about me. So I didn't do it.
Well, see, my problem was I did 2, but I was also like trying to impress the girls in drama. So I was like, I can do a musical. I can dress up as a dog, which I did flawlessly, by the way. Yeah. But whatever.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Fresh from San Diego, California, comes the only sunglasses brand I'm ever going to wear again. I'm talking about Blenders Eyewear, and you're going to be just as hooked when you see how awesome these shades are. They sent me the automatic candy. What I really like about it is the lens color on it is like super cool looking. I look super official when I wear these things when I'm driving my car. But most importantly, it blocks the sun out while I'm driving, and that's what I need. But I also look cool while I do it. Chase Fisher started Blenders by selling his beachy shades out of a backpack while doubling as a surf instructor at Pacific Beach. Blenders' team of in-house designers are constantly coming out with new styles, from orange polarized wraparounds, tortoise-shell frames with purple lenses, to the classic gold arms on black lens. To score 15% off your Blenders purchase, visit blenderseyewear.com and enter code GGVIP. That's blenderseyewear.com, code GGVIP for 15% off. Blenders, rocked with pride worldwide. I had the Troy Bolton thing. Like, I was a soccer player, and like, I didn't know if I should keep my head in the game.
Cool.
Yeah, like, whoa, right. all my boys gonna be making fun of me. But like, my friend Blake was in it. He was Kaneki, and he did a great job. And to this day, not doing, because like, you don't have to do like I don't have to be Danny Zuko, you know. I could just be like one of the Greases, you know.
I was surprised I got Snoopy because he has like one of the biggest monologues in the play. He has like I said, like 2 solos. That's like on par with what Charlie Brown has in his own play.
So what's the play called?
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
So
now, did you specifically go for Snoopy, or did you go for others?
No, but apparently I learned like after the fact that the drama teacher saw me as the perfect Snoopy the entire time. She was like, I'm casting as Snoopy. It doesn't matter if he wants it or not.
You're Snoopy.
Yeah.
You are Snoopy.
Yeah, pretty much what she said. But no, and then right, I guess kind of a little bit before that, I was trying to go away from YouTube, and then I really realized that I wanted to be closer to people IRL in 2017 when someone brought a gun into my school and shot at my school. And that's pretty serious, but I want to preface that by saying nobody died. Nobody was seriously injured. Everybody's okay. But it was kind of a wake-up call for me because I was like, I've spent most of my like high school online and like doing things that I guess at the time I just didn't think really mattered. And I was like, I gotta kind of get away from it. So I stopped streaming for a little bit. I stopped like really editing for a while. I was trying to like had my IRL friends, but ironically enough, the shooting for me is really a funny story. If you guys want me to tell it, I don't know if
I mean, yeah. If
well,
you're comfortable
again,
with
just to preface, like, again, no one died, no one was seriously injured. Obviously, gun control is a huge issue, but it's kind of a really funny story because that morning I got up, like my school started at like 7 a.m. And I opened up my phone on Twitter, and the first thing on my timeline was a Dork Shadow retweet. Okay, so just hang with me for a second, because I saw this Dork Shadow retweet and I was like, I might take a shower this morning. I might be a little late to school. I'm just okay.
Joey.
Listen. So I took a little longer in the shower that morning, right?
One of Dork's retweets inspired you. You know what that dude retweets, man?
Yes. Listen, look at me. I know. Okay, but you know what? I was like, this is some pretty good art. So I
took a little longer in the shower. Huh,
took a little longer in the shower that morning, and I called my friend Jason. He was my carpool to school, and I was like, just come like 10 minutes late. Okay, so he comes 10 minutes late. We're on our way to school, and we pretty much like get up. What's that?
What? Nothing. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. we were pulling into the parking lot for school, and we see like just all of the students just running away from the school.
No way.
Like, what the fuck is going on? And like at that moment, his girlfriend calls him and is like, "Hey, don't come to school. Someone shot up the school." And
That's
we're like,
crazy.
What the hell? Like this early in the morning? Like the bell hadn't even rung for first period yet. And it was like crazy. So we grabbed one of our friends who was on the sidewalk. We came back to my house, and like the worst part of it is that there was like friends that we knew who were still like in the library.
That's so
like
scary.
They couldn't leave. It was terrifying. And the worst part of it was too is something I didn't know, and this is interesting if you don't know this. When there's a shooting going on, or like any kind of gunman activity, they will cut off local news networks like for your TV, so you can't watch the news. So we tried to like watch ABC, cut the channel. They cut the channel in our area, because what will happen is if the gunman tries to watch the news to see where the police are, they don't want that happening. So they completely cut the news.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. So it was kind of scary. All I had was Twitter, and Twitter was going wild with random numbers, random guesses. Like there was one person's tweet, it was like 17 dead, 13 injured at my high school. And I was like, I messaged this guy. I was like, hey, where did you get these numbers? He's like, oh, I saw it in another tweet. I was like, okay, but I go to the school.
Yeah,
where
man,
did you get these numbers? Like, who, send me the tweet. And, it ended up being no one was seriously injured. One kid got hit in the arm with like a ricochet bullet. And it was like, this kid brought his dad's rifle into the school with a guitar case, right? And that bathroom that he went in and brought the gun out of, that was right where me and Jason used to sit in the morning right outside the drama room.
No way. So
if I wasn't distracted that morning by Dork Shadow retweet, I would have been right at the steps as soon as he came out of that bathroom. Wow. So would I have been, taken care of? Maybe not. But
I never thought I'd say this, but Dork's timeline did some good.
It's okay to be horny on main. All right, very okay to be horny on main. All right, so yeah, no, but that's kind of like the point where I was like, I need to start paying attention to my friends more in life. Like I got a girlfriend. I was like kind of happy for a decent amount of time, and then I graduated.
So did you get back into gaming like after that, or like
eventually I moved back into gaming. I started playing like all the usual games, Apex.
So was Destiny? So you didn't meet Mr. Fruit off of Destiny, did you?
I started watching him because of D1 videos. Yeah.
Okay.
But I started like really getting into the community when he started doing Nuzlocke.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, I was a D1 stan. I think that's when I first started watching him. Is that kind of the video or something?
Is that the first game you really like kind of did with gaming, or did you game before then?
I was a PS2 guy back in the day, and my mom was super strict about blood and gore and stuff. Kind of.
So how old are you when the PS2's out? You're like
maybe like 11, dude.
11.
Like,
okay.
When it came out, I don't know, but like when I was playing it, yeah, maybe like 8 to 11.
That's your first console.
It was technically my sister's, but and she was really mad when I sold it for a PS3. But whatever.
It's an upgrade. Come on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you know,
yeah,
she
like
had her...
we're updating.
So, but no, my mom was super strict about gore. So all I had was like Pac-Man Adventures and like a NASCAR game. And what me and my brother used to do to have any sense of fun is we would play the NASCAR game and see how many cars we could catch on fire.
You drive the other way.
Driving the other way, ramming into cars. It was so, we called it NASCAR Crash Car because we just did not know the name of the game.
Yeah, you literally just pull a U-turn. Me and my little brother, it had like Dale Earnhardt on the cover. You just pull a little U-y like this, and then you go, all right. And then I always picked the track that was like I had small oval.
Jeff Gordon was my guy.
Oh, okay. So we had the Dale Earnhardt case, and I hated the guy who drove the M&M car. So I always picked the course that was like, it's like a really short, narrow turn one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
right,
just
head on,
right into him, and I'd get penalties. I'd get kicked out of games. I didn't care. I kept on going. But no, and then I wish my sister got me an Xbox for like my I want to say maybe 12th, 13th birthday.
The OG Xbox or 360?
X360.
Okay.
So because I wasn't like really even a child when the original came out.
Yeah, but, I'm just old. When you say Xbox, I think OG because I'm old as shit.
I got the 360, and the first game it came with or whatever was like Indiana Jones, Lego Indiana Jones, right? And so I was like, okay, maybe I can, right, dude? And so I'm like, okay, maybe I can like switch over to Xbox, you know, because I have some friends who play Halo. I have, you know, I had heard about it. I kind of was like still a PS guy, but I'm like, okay, maybe I try it out. Literally, I opened it up because my birthday is on Christmas. So I was playing it all day Christmas Day. And I had it kind of like positioned in a way where I pretty much sped run the game like the first day. Like I probably played it like 10, 12 hours straight. I was speeding through Lego Indiana Jones, probably on the second to last level of the game. And my mom was like, "Oh, your thing is in the walkway. You need to move it." I'm like, "Okay, well, Mom, just don't touch it. I'm finishing this level." My mom moved the Xbox.
Oh.
And if you know where this is going, you know no. it made that fax machine noise of made the ring right around the poor Indiana Jones. My game goes bloop, and I was like, what happened? I gave up on Xbox that day. I never touched that machine again. I was so mad.
I remember having an Xbox 360 and I'm playing Halo 3 on it, and like the OG Halo 3. So like I had Halo 3, and then Halo came out with this new thing called the Mythic Pack. And that came with like a separate disc. But if you had Halo 3 and just download all the DLC, you still like had it all. And I'll never forget it. I'll remember it like it was yesterday. We're playing it, me and my little brother, and my little brother goes, "Hey, did you know the Xbox can sit on its side while you play it?" And I go, "What? Like it can? Like I've always had it vertical." Yep. And he goes, "Yeah, let me show you." And I was like, "Well, hold on, I'm just playing the game, dude. Like, give me a second."
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to pick it up and go put it sideways, and you just hear that like AOL connecting to the internet kind of sound.
Dial up.
And it was
bad.
The most beautiful circle I'd ever seen. I'd get toothpaste and
you try and I tried everything.
Like come on,
I tried to return it. I tried to return it. The first thing the guy did was got the circle, bud. I can't take this. And I'm like, no, come on. I was so upset. I was so mad. So I went back to PlayStation. Ended up playing Overwatch on PlayStation 4, like, you know, the normal game path. And then like I got my first PC pretty early on too, because my dad gave me his old work one. So I was like a PC gamer from the start, dude. I was making Minecraft worlds with my brother. It was so I was all.
Did you have any Minecraft YouTubers you watched, or was it, or had you not discovered YouTube?
Not like I guess like originally, I kind of watched like the normal like Sky Does Minecraft and like Banjan Canadian, all those guys, Captain Sparkles. But those were like, I was more into the music videos, early Minecraft music videos, dude. Music parodies. Bang.
Oh, those things bang.
Dude, Don't Mine at Night, still a classic to this day.
Don't Mine at Night. Yeah, like
I genuinely like Screw the Nether way more than the original song. So
I like the Yogscast versions. I think they had like
good too. Yeah.
I forgot. But like even like the new Minecraft parodies where it's like they'll take Lil Nas X beats and like
dude, they're honestly some of those guys are so creative.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
They're really fun. And like there's those guys who like pretend they're like kids doing it. And I think the guy who made that Fortnite song, Chug Jug song, he made some Minecraft things in the day too. It's so
the
funny.
#1 victory boy.
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah,
Is he actually a kid?
No, I think he's like 17. He's 16, 17 now. When he made that song, he was a lot younger. But I think even then he was making his voice like more kid,
like more squeaky.
Yeah,
like...
which honestly makes the song. Honestly, yeah, no, but that was
started off as a gamer, now you're here.
My gamer. Well, yeah, dude, that's the plan. That's the path. I mean, you know, you probably, if you haven't seen me in the Nuzlocke, you've probably seen me in Gartic Phone or TTT.
Yeah, that's what like I'm trying to think. Like the actual first like time I remember ever playing
with Fruit specifically. I think it was an Overwatch like custom game thing, and I was so mad because I was like in the Discord. We were playing like an Overwatch custom like Pharah bomb thing or whatever, and my internet crashed halfway through.
No.
And so I'm halfway through the video. I was so upset. I was so mad, you know, because I was like, okay, this is my first time playing with him. I gotta get my name in the video. I gotta get, you know, some recognized. Internet shit itself halfway through the recording, and like I left Discord, I left the game, and Mr. Fruit like kicked me. He's like, "Oh, Joey's gone." I was like, "Oh, so mad." That was probably, you know, that was back when you guys were playing Overwatch, so that had to have been like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I mean, so. But nowadays I'm doing the podcast with Bless and Shark, which is super fun. I've edited for Shark, Bless versus.
You might be editing for me here soon. I'll be honest.
Hey, I'll take it, dude. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm moving out of my house in like a month, so rent is all I'll say. But yeah, I'm totally down to take jobs. I even told Fruit. I mean, if he likes his videos really particular, right?
Yeah. Have you ever had roommates? Like you've only like ever?
No, I've only ever had my parents. So
do you think you're gonna be a good roommate? Are you a clean person?
If I panned around my room right now, this is my set. Like this is, I can't wait to get a new setup. I'm gonna have like foam things on the wall. This is what you see from here. The rest of my room, I can count maybe 3 towels on the floor, not comrades. I have just a mountain of clothes.
Yeah.
This was my one clean shirt I put on for the podcast. It's my
I mean, you're learning the streamer way. As long as this box,
the box,
this is
my box.
Yeah, the box.
I'm glad with my box being good. So
yeah, I mean, if I panned over to the right over here, you would see my heaping pile of clothes.
Yes, dude, we're matching. I got like 16 pairs of pants right there.
And then like I also have like a makeshift bed because I don't know about you guys or like what it's like when it's too hot. I do this weird thing now where I sleepwalk to a place where it's cool in the house. I will fall asleep in like my bedroom with Sydney, and I'll wake up in my office. Like it down here, more often than not.
Behind me is my bunk bed. So behind this drawer is the bunk bed I used to share with my brother when we were kids. I hate this bunk bed. Despise it because it's
you sleep in a bunk bed?
Yeah, I sleep on the bottom, but that's why I don't sleep in this bed.
You gotta sleep on the top. Dude. The top is the cool part.
We lost the ladder. I don't know how you lose a ladder to a bunk bed, but the ladder is in here.
We lost.
I don't want to climb up there every night. Honestly,
just
the top
just
bunk
vertical.
is for my cats, dude. Top bunk is for my cats. So
how many cats do you have?
Space. I have 13 cats, 7 dogs, 8 horses.
Wait, okay.
I live on a ranch. We gotta do the ranch thing. Okay, we'll do the ranch thing. I live on a ranch in Southern California.
You live on the ranch.
I be working every day of my life.
Yeah, see, you said you lived in SoCal. So, like, when you said SoCal, I'm thinking, like, okay, I have family in SoCal. So, I'm thinking, like, Northridge, like, the Burbank, the Valley. Yeah, I'm thinking the Valley. Like, when I hear SoCal, I think Valley.
You're in the sticks by AbouTimeJoey's house. Tell you what. No,
they call you the sticks, huh?
No. They call me annoying.
So you have 13 cats?
Too real, dude. Too real.
One of them sitting right over here. That's Cleo. No, but yeah, I live in a ranch. I've had cows before. I've had goats before. Right now we just have horses. My mom has like a registered ranch. Yeah, I've been like shoveling horse poop most of my life. It's kind of
that was like your chore.
Yeah, that's my chore. You have to clean a cat box. I have to like carry 50 pounds of horse shit.
Now, can I tell you? I have a a big fear of horses. Like
I know. I was actually gonna say,
like
if you ever want to come
abs-
over, dude, I can get you on one. We can ride.
Oh, I'm very
and
scared.
Go
of
through the
horses,
creeks
man.
down here. I tell you what. So
Yeah. So you live in that part of Southern California where it's like very kind of like the hilly kind of parts, and it's like
yeah,
in between kind of valleys kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm right in the basin of like a valley. I used to live in a much more country town, and let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Not the kind of town I was wanted to be in. So we ended up moving like a few miles away, like to the actual town, you know? So it sucks because there's a mall like 5 minutes that way, and there's a Vons like 2 minutes that way. Very, very fine.
Vons is your grocery store, correct?
Vons is my grocery. Yeah, it's like whatever.
That's like the California grocery store, yeah.
So like we're in town. We're right in the middle of town. But because I'm on just like the little bit of dirt road that we have in the middle of our town, my internet, it can't get better than just satellite Wi-Fi, which for my area is 25 megabytes per second, which is like 9 up, which is horrible. Which is why great. Like for most of my streaming career, I've kind of like kept it to like Moba game or like not Moba, indie games or something that I can play and stream without having like a lot of hassle. Yeah. Because my PC can take it. Like I bought Evolve PCs, hit code Rob or code Salt hooked me up. Very sick PC. I'm still paying it off. Very sick PC. So my PC is not the problem. But for streaming right now, my internet is like just garbage. I can't stream Apex. I can't play Valorant. Like games that I genuinely like and genuinely play with my friends that I would love to stream, just can't stream. So that's why right now I'm loving Unite, which could be a segue.
Well, that's a great segue there.
That's a great segue. So, but that's why I'm moving, is so I can hopefully get some good internet that I can actually use to bring my streaming career from here to like here. Hopefully, that's awesome. The idea.
Well, good for you, Joey. I mean, you're at the podcast now, baby. You know.
Hey, GG over Easy community, you better pull through on this like dream I have, dude. Come on.
But yeah, you brought up a really good point about Pokemon Unite. I don't know about you guys listening or watching the podcast. If you have a Nintendo Switch, and this is coming from me, someone who can maybe name, I'm a very casual Pokemon fan.
You can name 151 Pokemon.
Yeah, I can name 151 Pokemon, and like a little bit of Gen 2, and then a very few Gen 3, and then after that, no chance. Yeah. So this Pokemon Unite game might be one of the most refreshing, kind of more fun games I have played in recent time. And like I don't normally like MOBAs. And for those who don't know what MOBA stands for, I don't either, so you should look it up.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, right.
Whatever, dude.
Multiplayer online battle arena.
I think so. You actually might be right. I'm not kidding.
Multiplayer online bitches assembler.
There you go. I think Blue's actually right.
Multiplayer online balls. All right.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we learned anything, is that there's always a catch. So when I first heard Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service just starting at $15 a month, I thought there has to be some sort of catch. But after speaking with them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. By cutting out the retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in some mysterious form or something. Instead, Mint Mobile just passes those savings directly to you. Like I said, Mint Mobile showed me that I could save about $35 a month by switching to their services. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan to keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guaranteed. So, to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/GG. That's mintmobile.com/GG. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/GG. But I did not expect to like it this much.
Very much.
It is a lot of fun. There's a ton of Pokemon. Like I wouldn't say a ton of Pokemon, but a decent enough size roster to kind of feel like you can play other kind of things. Except I main Talonflame and only play Talonflame ever.
That's right.
And It's probably one of the. So I've tried to play MOBAs before. I've played League. I've played a little bit of Smite. And every time I play one of those, I feel like it's very daunting to learn like all the nuances of a MOBA. Like, oh, I should go farm this, or oh, I should go like help my team top lane. And I feel like this Pokemon MOBA has like found the perfect kind of formula to like make it easy to like come into and also like learn a MOBA at the same time. It's really awesome.
It's really great. I'm loving it. Like like you said, Rob, I've only played like Heroes of the Storm like for a week, so I was not familiar with MOBAs at all. I'm a big Pokemon guy, as you can see by my shirt, but I was like really just not expecting to love it, and I have not been able to stop playing.
What about you, Blue? Have you just good. You've I think the first night it came out, I saw a Blue tweet that he's like, I'm gonna try this, and it was like 9 hours later. Like,
that's funny.
So, no joke, I totally forgot about Unite, right? And I was like, and I was still like ready to play it. I was like, Pokemon MOBA, yeah, I'll play it. Like, it's probably gonna be like really shittily made and like just a quick
terrible
like,
FPS, very stuttery. Like,
yeah, let's make like this. Let's just put out like a shitty Pokemon MOBA on Switch and fuck it, like whatever. And then at 2 a.m. I was legit AFKing and Limsa and Final Fantasy because I have nothing to do, and I was just like, oh, Pokemon Unite comes out in like 2 hours. Oh, dude, that'd be fun to play before I go to bed. Yeah. And I stayed up till 9 a.m. playing it.
Oh my god, dude. So fun. It's honestly like so good. You got to mess with a little bit of settings first. I was messing with some settings the other day.
The base settings are awful.
A lot
for
simpler.
Targeting.
Base settings very bad. Yeah. But no, like, dude, it's like easy to learn, easy to get into,
and it's surprisingly well thought out.
Yeah.
For
seriously,
a Pokemon MOBA, I expected it to just be like a really terrible meme. But like it's surprising, like the scoring system is really well balanced. The 2 lanes, I was like 2 lanes and jungle. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but like the map is really well laid out, and I was just like, man, like they actually put time and effort into making like a playable, enjoyable MOBA.
And what I like about it is the game's 10 minutes. You start and it's 10 minutes.
My favorite part.
It's 10 minutes and then it's fucking over.
I think they could stretch it maybe to 15. I think they could maybe stretch it to 15. Version, but I love the 10-minute, like, because again, this is coming from games like Valorant. Like, I am so tired of doing a 50-minute game and then we tie.
Dude, you're talking to the CS:GO king. Where I'm not kidding you. We've queued up a game at like 5 o'clock and I'm not done till 7:15.
Yeah,
because we went into triple OT on Nuke or something like that.
Like, I'm so down to have like a clean cut. Like at the end of the game, you're like, oh, who won? You know, and then you find out and you're like, yeah, and then you go into the next one. Instantly.
Well, when I first started too, I really thought, okay, the game is decided in the first 2 minutes, and then like as you play, you find out that like the Zapdos. Yeah, the Zapdos comeback mechanic at the end there. If you win that Zapdos fight, like you can make up what you've lost in that first 8 minutes. Like it all really comes down to like to that fight, and you can also be like, okay, they can get Zapdos, and we'll just like defend, and then like we'll just wait to fight them here.
It's such a good design too, because you have Zapdos like most often, right? Because the matches are only 10 minutes. You have the laning phase is usually pretty long, and then a lot of times people start roaming, so you don't really have like big team fights until Zapdos. Until Zapdos or your team has already steamrolled so hard there isn't going to be a big team fight.
Yesterday,
like, you get like that one big team fight, and it just makes a difference.
It's so fun, dude. Yesterday, me and Shark had a game. We ended it 8-24 to 8.
Yeah,
they destroyed them. There was children playing against us.
Yeah, I feel like there is a good
blast, dude. It was so fun. We were all ulting right outside their spawn, and this kid just kept running, and we felt so bad, but it was so funny.
It's always the Charmanders too. It's always the Charmanders that are always just running at you, and I'm just here like a level 12 Garchomp, and this level 3 Charmander still running at me, like thinking he's gonna do something. Dude. And I feel bad. I'm just like, dude, little Charmander, stop, man, stop.
Well, they go all the way and they push into your thing, and you're like, I have full health and you're half health right now, dude. You're not.
What are you doing?
I'm 2 levels above you. You're dead. Like, it's just.
I feel so bad. I'll let him get a couple autos in before I crush his dream.
Like, all right, do your thing, little kid.
Well, that 9 points that they scored or whatever was the time that me and Shark were like, oh, there's an Absol just running behind us. Let's let him go. Let's just go camp it.
Yeah.
So he got those 9 points in.
I think like Blue, I watched Sammy's stream and it was like the first game. I was like, oh, cool. Like Blue's playing. Like I'll watch like their game and see how they do. I think you guys like made them surrender in like the first 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And
which is so dumb because you can really turn it around from there. Like to be honest.
Well, the problem is like if I don't think you can come back if they're like 3 levels ahead. If they're like 1 or 2, it's comebackable. But if you just let them at the point, just let them farm your creeps and they're still getting their red buff and they get yours and all that kind of stuff.
AI
and
is
like,
so...
And you're playing like I'm a cutie pie and you're playing against like old League of Legends pros, you're going to get ran.
Like a level 15
I'm so ready for comp, dude. I actually can't wait for comp.
Yeah, the what is it, Blue? That yellow one, Zorora.
Zorora, like that Zorora overlevels your team, you just lose because the Zorora just walks into a team fight. Stupid discharge.
I fucking hate that attack.
Or Volt Tackle, and he just like just goes around.
Well,
it's so fun.
What I hate about discharge, it's literally a giant circle that you can't really get out of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and by the time I took 2 hits from it. Okay, well I'm at 20 health. Yeah, like I'm now. And then he just tackles me, I'm dead. Like, even if it's in my own little thing where I'm healing next to my papaya fruit.
And then, of course, his ult makes him faster, and he does more burst damage, and it's like, oh, come on, dude. So bad. But Gengar, honestly, I think Gengar is the most OP so far. Because if you get a good Gengar jungling, like, super quick and just rolling levels, you're done. It's like, it's instant.
See, because I do the Talonflame. I try and
I think Talonflame's pretty solid.
Talonflame.
It's pretty solid if you can get to it. But I think that there's definitely... I'm currently a Snorlax guy. I think Snorlax has my best win rate so far. It's so good.
I've been. Who are you running, Blue?
I've been enjoying Garchomp a lot.
He's really good too. Yeah.
Garchomp is really fun. I think my two favorites are definitely Talonflame and Garchomp, but unfortunately, because there's never a defender playing 90% of the time, I'm playing Slowbro. Nobody play defender.
Slowbro is probably my least favorite right now, but honestly, all of them have some pretty decent strengths. Like it seems like pretty well balanced considering.
Mm-hmm,
like I mean, some are better. Like you have your top tier Pikachus and shit, but like honestly, I don't think anybody really underperforms if you get like good levels, good strategy, good comms. Like you can roll.
I'd like to see more support Pokemon though.
That's
like,
what we're getting. Gardevoir like instantly. I think next month we're getting Gardevoir.
So I hope to see like other kind of supports and kind of it'll be interesting to see if like an actual meta shapes and stuff like that. And of course this game's free to play and you don't need Nintendo online to play it. But of course like then you're like everyone's like, oh, so what's the catch? The only gripe I really have with the game is that you can get these things called like item enhancers. So like if you really
it's pay to win.
Yeah, if you really wanted to, you could like pay $200 for item enhancers and then you have like level 100 items. So it's definitely pay to win in that circumstance, but I don't think you run into many people that do that.
I mean, that'll probably only be an issue at the beginning too, because the cap is level 15 on those items, so you don't get anything past that. So like, given enough time, and I think everybody will probably be on the same page. Yeah, they're rolling right now, but like that'll probably go away in like a month or two.
I think if you're just doing normal games, like it's not going to matter because normal games that much. Are just like fun and memes anyway. But
something I don't like. Oh, go ahead, Blue.
When it comes to rank, that's absolutely going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it's like,
have you played rank at all, Blue?
I've played a ton of ranked.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! I'm waiting for fruit.
I'm about to be expert rank.
Oh shit, dude!
What are the rankings like?
I think it's like great, ultra, or great expert. I don't know.
So
they got a few of them.
Hold up, let me go to the Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, I'm like and the UI is a little bit kind of confusing.
The UI is garbage, dude. It's very mobile.
Very mobile ready UI.
It's so annoying, honestly.
So the ranks are: we have beginner class 1 to 3, we have great class 1 through 4, expert class 1 through 5, veteran class 1 through 5, ultra 1 through 5, and then master rank.
Wow. So there's actually a pretty good amount of ranks then.
I know. Dude, we're hitting master easy.
And the cool thing about Pokemon is their ranking system is very forgiving. So as long as you keep up like an above 50% win rate, like you're probably, as long as you keep grinding, like you'll probably eventually get to master.
I'm down, dude. I'm really down.
Yeah,
It sounds super fun.
I'm having a ton of fun with it. Way more fun than I was ever expecting.
Yeah.
The only reason why I even tried it is because how much Blue said he was having, like how much fun he was having, and
Well,
like
glad,
he wasn't
dude,
even expecting that much fun.
We've been popping, Rob. Every time we group, like I'm so down. This game, I'm gonna be playing this on stream for probably.
I do the same pathing for 6 hours, and I can't get
tired
enough of it.
I never get tired of it. I'm top lane every damn game. You cannot get me away from it.
And then I hear Joey go, "Okay, we're going in. Okay, no, I don't need help. Yeah, I'm dead.
I'm dead. That's the Joey strat right there.
Yeah, the Joey special is what.
That's why I started playing Snorlax, is because I can go in and be like, okay,
you can get away with that.
I got away with it. Yeah, I can get back to my base in time. I've really been enjoying them. Yeah, I think I'm definitely better with tanks than I am with squishies, because every time I play Pikachu, dude, I get like 3-shot. I'm like, oh, I'm dead already. And it's just bad.
Yeah.
But
so if you have a Switch, I
It's
definitely think it's an easy download.
And try and get your friends into it. Play with some friends. I mean, if you have like a group that you can calm with, or even just like a duo, like I think it's a lot funner. Or she's more fun.
Yeah, it's seriously a blast, and I wasn't expecting to have that much fun with it. And it's funny because like the time I fall in love with a Pokemon game, Christian's not here to play it. Like,
No,
I mean, he's playing it, but he's not playing.
It's funny because I texted him about it when it was coming out. I was like, "Yo, are we gonna run day one?" He's like, "Oh no, I'll be on my honeymoon." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. You can just you can sneak your Switch in. Claire doesn't have to know." He's like, "Dude, what are you talking about? Claire's gonna be playing it with me." And I was like, "Okay, well there you go." I was like,
they literally, instead of like someone who like reads a book on the beach on their honeymoon, they're playing the Switch on their Switch. They're grinding on their OLEDs.
Good for them. I hope you're having fun. Hope you're doing well. I can hold the fort down. It's fine. Totally got it. I got it. Boys, what else we got?
I think did you guys see that? Have you guys heard about New World? We talked about it a little bit.
And the 3090s?
Yeah, the 3090s are absolutely dude, if you have a 3090, don't play New World.
Don't play.
Yeah.
If I gotta tell you, if I spent $3,000 on a 3090, brand new MMO, just killed it, I would sue.
Did they say why and what specifically it's doing to brick them?
I don't know.
But yeah, so this New World MMO from Amazon just went into like, is it a closed beta, closed alpha, or something like that?
It's closed beta, yeah.
They have a closed beta going on right now. I'm not sure how high the level cap goes into it, but apparently I think it was King Richard was playing, and his computer just absolutely just bricked, and it turned out that it was New World that had bricked his 3090.
That's so crazy, dude. Imagine just losing your 3090. Yeah, like a lot of people are saying like their PC was like running, making noise, way hotter, like, and then it just goes I can't imagine. That would be horrible.
Yeah, so King Richard tweets, by the way, New World fried my EVGA FTW3 3090. I have another 3090 that's ISEX version, played for 15 hours, and it's not dead. Anyone know if it's exclusive? Like,
I can't even afford to say that word. And like this guy gets it fried. Like that is so oh my god, I can't
imagine. Let's see if there's anything else down our little chopping block. Oh, one of the games I was really looking forward to got delayed. It's a Ubisoft game, so it's called Riders Republic. It's like the game where there's literally like, while there's a bike race going on, people can fly by you in a squirrel suit doing their own race, while people are flying past you on doom buggies doing their own race kind of thing. And it's like this supposed to be like this big open world, like extreme sport thing.
Yeah. I think I heard like one thing about that.
Yeah, and it got canceled, and I'm really sad about it. Or not got canceled, but got delayed till October, which is sad because now I'm never going to be able to play it because a ton of shit's coming out in October around that time.
Well, dude, I know this wasn't on the list, but I just thought of it when you said like do your own thing. That Battlefield Portal thing.
Battlefield
want to talk about
Portal?
that?
No.
Did you see
What is that?
trailer? So
No.
cool.
Oh,
Apparently, they're
Battlefield
gonna.
looks so
Blue, do you
dope.
want to explain it if you
No,
know more about it?
You should.
What they're doing is they're like bringing in like kind of like custom games that you can like create with Battlefield. So they're doing, I think, like
The new
all the
one?
maps. No, yeah, the 2042 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're doing it so that you can play maps from old Battlefield games, classes from old Battlefield games, custom games where you know, knives only, all this stuff. So they're doing like completely community
They're
driven.
memeing it up.
They're doing everything, dude. They're doing the most. It looks so fucking cool. The trailer
That's
came out.
sick.
Watch it right after this if you want. Trailer came out the other day. It's like, you know, 60 versus 60, all knives and tasers and stuff, and you can edit the terrain so that shit happens. So
Big
it's
old
looking
tornadoes coming through.
like, yeah, it looks
Oh.
like Mario Maker in fucking Battlefield.
It's like a forge.
I don't know how it's gonna work. Yeah, but if they do it like that, it looks so community driven, and honestly, that's like a huge thing for them. I'm so glad it's looking so good because I'm not a Battlefield guy, like at all, really. But the fact that they're, you know, for hardcore fans, this must be Christmas, dude.
I mean, I've fallen out of love with FPSs recently. Like I haven't played a lot of Warzone,
Yeah.
specifically because like I heard the cheating problem there is just super rampant, and I just don't
That's
have
one of
the
my
desire.
biggest things with FPS right now too. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, and
cheaters.
then like Apex I can play for a couple
It's a
hours
little,
and stuff.
it's better. Yeah, I think they've
Um,
had a pretty good season, but
Yeah, but in terms of just like Warzone, just FPSs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to get something new like 2042 and Halo Infinite. I'll probably just be playing a lot more Halo Infinite, but if I hope
me too.
2042.
Well, that's
sweet.
gonna be
Just-
my first Halo game, so I can't wait to hop in it. with
That's
you guys.
crazy to me.
Yeah, I
That
know.
makes
Well,
me
that's the thing
feel
is
old.
I could have, in a different world, that disc didn't get fried, and I was a total Halo guy, but I went down the Destiny path instead, and here I am. So
It's not a bad path to go down. We went down the
I mean,
Destiny path.
I enjoyed it. I enjoy Destiny. It's a banned topic on our podcast. We are not.
Oh,
allowed-
really? Blessed
They
banned
said-
Destiny?
Yep, they said, well, honestly, it was Shark more than Bless. Said this is a no Destiny pod, no Zavala, no whether we wanted it or not, nothing, dude. We
Okay.
can't do a single damn thing. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. No hate,
Hey,
no
here-
hate. All
hey,
love, all
here-
love for Destiny.
Here you
But,
can kind of say whatever fuck you
I-
want.
That's okay. That's why I'm over here. That's why, you know.
We have a ton of questions for the
Oh, shit.
podcast, so I was
totally
like, we
forgot
got to
about that.
start on these if we are going to finish these.
All right, speed round. Let's go.
Sloths asks, have any tips for budgeting money or following a budget plan?
No. Worse with money. I have a $700 lightsaber on my wall. No.
Do you really?
Yeah. You want to see it?
Is it like, yeah, you can't just say you have a $700 lightsaber
Okay, that's
and then
fair,
me go, no, I don't want to see that. Yeah, of course I want to see that. I don't know. I'm trying to be better. Like I literally am starting to pay off all my debts, all that kind of stuff.
So this might kill audio, but
Whoa, is that Darth Maul's like FX lightsaber or
it's a custom one. It's not Maul's exactly, but I wanted a custom double-sided lightsaber, so this is what I wanted.
Damn,
So
how
if
many
your
younglings
video-
have you killed with that?
Dude, at least 6. With this one, it hits hard. This is metal, so like it's an actual like
Yeah.
you know, like serious thing, and it hits like a truck. Like these can fight with wood. So
Yes.
me and my buddy have like a whole choreography thing that we have.
I wouldn't take budgeting advice from you.
I'm
either,
I'm
so.
not a budgeter, not a budgeter at all. No.
Do you have any tips, Blue?
Tips? Wait, tips?
Tips for budgeting money and following a budget plan.
Yeah, never spend money because we live in a capitalist society that
Facts.
bases on the fact that you're working for billionaires who go to space.
Facts.
Facts. That shit was stupid. I had a friend that was comparing Jeff Bezos to the Wright brothers, and I was like, dude, you're an idiot. Like,
Come on.
I was like,
That
yeah,
guy-
Jeff Bezos invented the fucking rocket. Like, come on.
CEO entrepreneur, dude.
Z-Dog asks, if the three of you were the starters of the next gen of Pokemon, which person would be which primary type? Rob's probably fire, and what would your secondary type be after evolving? Yeah, I guess I'd be the fire. Blue, I always feel like likes the water types and is blue, so that's water.
My whole
now-
thing is green. I would kind of like a leaf dragon type, honestly.
I'd be like
That'd be pretty sick. Or
I'd be like
grass.
fire steel. Like
Oh shit.
Yeah, something badass. Like, isn't Typhlosion steel? Or am I crazy for thinking of that? No,
No.
he's not.
No, I think he's just main fire.
Oh, he's just okay. What about you?
I know
Blue?
that.
Oh.
I got lost
Okay,
again.
well, okay.
If you
Pokemon.
were the starters in the next
Wow.
Pokemon, which would your primary type be? And then what after evolving, what would your secondary type be?
It's pretty easy. I'd be a water type, and then when I evolved to max form, I would be a water steel type.
Ah.
There you go. So literally Empoleon. There it is.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Sharkboy97 asks, where and during what time period do you hope the next Assassin's Creed game is set? I heard the next Assassin's Creed is like a live, like updated game.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's correct.
Be
The last
interesting.
I saw something about it.
I've only played the pirate one, and I like the pirate one. That's what I'll say. I like pirates. Black Flag was decent.
I liked Black Flag a lot too. My favorite was I think it was 3, where it was like I think Connor was his name. And it was like during the Civil War. Or not Civil War, the Revolutionary War. Yeah. I'm trying to find it.
Not a big Assassin's Creed guy.
What about you, Blue? What time would you have the Assassin's Creed game, or hoping?
I still want like a mainline feudal Japan game for Assassin's Creed.
That'd be
True.
cool.
We
That's
still
fair.
haven't gotten like a true. Oh God, just Japan, man. So
Yeah.
That's
they
a simple answer to most questions.
Just Japan is tight, dude.
Um,
Stand Japan.
Farnelli asks, if you could perma-ban one character / weapon / class from your favorite game, what would it be? Zorora. And stupid
Zorora,
Discharge. I'm so sick of Discharge, man. Like, it makes me so angry.
That's fair. That's a solid answer.
Yeah, sounds like
Right
that's
now,
all ours.
that's honestly that's probably my favorite game right now, to be honest. So yeah.
Moonpie asks, "What's up, guys? First timer here for the Q&A, but been listening since 2019. Thanks for supporting. But my question is, how does one get into Final Fantasy 14? I have played multiple MMOs and have yet to find one that sticks. I'm currently downloading it now. Any tips, Mr. Westlo?"
This is all you.
Nothing that I haven't already said. Just honestly, my advice is always going to be do MSQ first, and just take it one thing at a time. When it comes to jobs, the best job to play is the one that you enjoy the most. As you level through the game, like try out some jobs. Maybe look up some guides on what you think what jobs will look cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just and then maybe play some Destiny 2 while you're at it. Great game, best MMO on the
Great
market.
MMO. Yeah.
Love Destiny 2. It's the best. Yeah, don't focus too hard on like all the bells and whistles. And
just do what Asmongold does.
Yeah, easy.
Don't do what Asmongold does. Just do your MSQs. And the way I like to see Final Fantasy 14, right, is don't think of it as like one long 200-hour MMO game you're gonna play. Think of Final Fantasy first as each expansion is its own game. So like ARR is its own game. Heaven Sword is its own game. Stormblood is its own game. Shadowbringers is its own game. So take them one step at a time.
Oh,
and treat them as their own games.
This reminds me, Blue. I saw a thing today on Twitter, and it's this guy who's playing Egg Walker, which he's just eating.
God.
He's just eating. So he has 999 eggs in each like inventory slot. And he has been playing the game for 4 days straight, just eating eggs. And he's only just finished the first page.
I don't even know what that means, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. So he had actually done this last year, around the same time, and he had just eaten. I think he had eaten 999 eggs. Which is obviously the max cap for eggs. So a bunch of people gathered in Limso while he finished those 999 eggs. and it was such a big deal. He was like, "Yeah, let me just do it again, where I have to do 999 eggs times however big the inventory size is."
Wow. Thank God they're putting a cap on eggs, though.
It's insane. Tally asks, do you home slices like any kid shows that are also appealing towards adult audiences? Examples like Gravity Falls, Steven's Universe, Owl House, etc. I don't know. I mean, I would say Rick and Morty, but that's not like a kid's cartoon.
I was gonna say the same thing about South Park.
Yeah.
Chowder really holds up. I've been rewatching Chowder. I fucking love Chowder.
Yeah, Chowder's
Me and my girlfriend have been rewatching that.
You know what my favorite part about Chowder is like when their clothes, when they move, their clothes aren't
like stay in that frame.
Yeah. It's they move along with the pattern, you know, like their pattern consistently changes, but like it has like a flat surface, and whenever that character moves, it just stays with that pattern.
That's an S tier show.
I love
Honestly,
that.
that's an S tier show for me. That and Gumball are pretty good in my book.
Yeah, but I haven't really recently watched any cartoons. Like, I know Adventure Time is really big with like an adult audience.
Not where you put it in that tier list, is from what I hear.
But I've never watched it, and when I did watch it as a kid, and I was like 14, 13, I think, when it was out. I don't know. I was like, this shit is like for kids, man. Like I'm an adult.
Yeah.
But now I know that I'm kind of wrong. What about you, Blue?
I keep getting lost. My brain is off today. Holy crap.
Do you watch any kid shows that also appeal to adult audiences?
You guys just have such interesting answers, and I like get really into what you're saying, but then I forget the question.
I love this podcast because I always feel like Blue is like, you know, he's here, he's into it, but then Oko or Final Fantasy comes up and he like powers on, dude. He is ready. Oko, dude, he's ready. But
dude, any kid shows that I would
watch you
now.
like.
Yeah.
That like you felt like
all of them.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's not true. I love. I don't know. Damn, that's hard.
Just say Chowder.
I guess I still. Dude, Billy and Mandy for life. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
That's a good one.
That's fair. That's not bad.
Papa Dadams asks, what are some of your all-time favorite movie or game trailers? Gears of War 1, and that's easy.
I like the trailer for Rogue One. I don't know why I specifically remember liking the trailer. They had like the Empire like warning thing going off.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, so good. I remember getting chills watching that one. Also, Destiny does trailers pretty well.
Oh, dude, 100%.
So when they throw some cutscenes in there, I kind of get back into it. And even though I hate Blizzard, that Overwatch 2 trailer for the first time, kind of cried a little bit when Genji came out. Just a little bit.
Did you?
Just a little bit. And I'm ashamed of that.
Yeah, Gears of War 1 is like the trailer that I always think of.
I was fooled, Blue. I was fooled by them.
You were deceived by
I was
Blizzard
deceived once again. I saw May and I was like, oh man, dude, I love her.
I want her to crush my face.
Anyway,
can you think of any off the top of your head, Blue?
Okay, so I will always remember this trailer because it was crazy, and it's still the best game trailer I've ever seen to this day. Is Dead Island, right?
Oh, that's a great one too.
Dead Island's trailer, and it turned out the game was literally nothing at all like the trailer, but that trailer was incredible. That's still the best.
It's like the family
trailer.
At the hotel.
Yeah, the family at the hotel. The music was real sad.
Oh, that's right, dude. I remember watching that.
And you have the entire like you have parts of the trailer being flashbacks, but most like the entire trailer is like
it was going backwards.
It all ties backwards.
Yeah, and I was
that was a crazy trailer.
This is gonna be fucking crazy.
That is a good one, Blue. Thismo Bismo asks, if you could give any Pokemon an evolution, who would you give it to, and why is it Dunsparce?
Yes, I was gonna say Dunsparce.
Also, much love to all y'all. Appreciate the podcast episodes as they not only get me through my workday, but it gives me great conversational topics with my own friends as well.
Let's go.
I like to see a Sandshrew evolution, like from Sandslash,
Sands.
Sans.
Oh, like another one?
Yeah, so I'm saying Sand Shrew to Sand Slash.
Sand Slash
then,
more.
Then yeah, give me like a third one after Sand Slash.
I don't think they're going to, unfortunately.
I know, it feels bad.
But
I'd love to see another Jaffrig Evo, but I don't think that's going to happen either.
Yeah, they've kind of. There's some Pokemon I legit have. I feel like they've just straight forgotten about.
They just don't. Yeah, they do not interact.
Is Dunesparce only like this weird thing, this little fly thing, and it doesn't evolve?
He doesn't evolve. He could totally be a sick dragon type like Flygon.
I'm just saying, Dragon normal Dunsparce.
Yeah,
could be it.
Could be it, but nope.
Pokemon says no. Mr. What the F, who is a brand new GG over Easy legend.
What's up,
bitch? How do the guys feel about Netflix jumping into the gaming industry? Do you think it will flop, or do you think it will compete with the likes of Game Pass? Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Probably gonna flop. I'm gonna be totally honest.
I can see what they're going for, because if you don't know what that's talking about, Netflix recently hired like a game developer who's worked on VR games.
Yeah.
I don't think it would really work because most people have Netflix on like a remote control, so it can't really turn into a controller. And like they've done things with like Minecraft, and they did that like story mode, which was pretty decent.
Wait, but, when you guys say Netflix is making is it? I thought it was Netflix is like making game movies and like they're
that's
making
what they might be, because they're doing like they hired like some guy that like specializes VR and like interactive games. So they might be doing something like that, but they also might be trying to like take on like kind of like make their own games, you know, like maybe like have a Stranger Things title or something. Yeah. So that might be something that they're trying to get into. I don't really see it working, only because most of the, people who are using Netflix already have it on a console. They're already playing games. So it'd just be like another like kind of, I feel like Stadia almost. Like it might be a better Stadia, but
I feel like a lot of people's PS4s, PS3s at this point are just Netflix machines.
Mine is, yeah. Let's be real.
Mine is also a Netflix machine.
So.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I hope the like the content in terms of like if they're like, hey, we're gonna make Assassin's Creed series. I hope that's sick. I hope that works out, but I don't think the gaming like.
Them making games could be kind of crazy. It could be kind of interesting though.
I mean, they do have a lot of money, you know what I mean?
Like, dude, obviously. Well, the thing is too is like, imagine they put out a show and a game at the same time for the show. Like you can play the main character, you can play with the story.
See, and then like I think about like that'd be sick, and then I always think of like the movie adaptation games, and they're all just bad. Yeah. Like,
so who knows? Who knows how that'll go?
Alangosto asks, morning. For Blue, is Jumbo gonna change race when the expansion drops? Hashtag Vera Gang Gang. For everyone now, do you have plans to do some sort of cooking off during the next Fruit Summit?
Jumbo is staying Jumbo for the considerable future. I was considering going Bunny Boy, but I've decided that's probably not what is best. So I'm just gonna, chill.
For the cooking thing, I think Mr. Fruit had this idea where like every night of the Fruit Summit, somebody would like cook a meal or something like that, and it would be like judged by everybody or something like that. So yeah, that was an idea I think Christian had. Cheese Nip asks, question for Blue. Do you still play Duel Links, and have you seen the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel game coming out? Oh yeah,
I have seen the Master Duel. Master Duel looks.
It looks great.
I actually really want to try it. I like Duel Links, but I got really like Duel Links is cool, but it's just like I don't know. With Duel Links, right? I knew it was eventually going to get into like synchros and XCs and all that good stuff, and it was going to kind of make the game not fun with the 3-lane, like with the only 3 playable, the 3x3 basically, and. Yeah, I've always liked Yu-Gi-Oh's full game, and Duel Links just wasn't a full game. Duel Links is Duel Links. It's a very compressed form, so I'm excited for Master Duel. It looks really cool.
Why doesn't Pokemon just do that?
Why doesn't Pokemon do a lot of things?
Okay, this is a super long question. Classy says, sorry in advance for this being so long. Feel free to skim and just read to my points. My future question will definitely not be this long since it's my first time. Fruit and the Dream Team enjoyer since 2016. Just got my first job, so I'll be able to support you guys for the first time. After all this time. Number 1, not really a question, more so recommendations. Have you guys heard of the shows Dark and Timeless? They are both elements of time travel while having other elements mixed in. Dark is more time travel with thriller and mystery. Timeless is more adventures throughout time, kind of Doctor Who-ish, but without as many space sci-fi elements. Great shows if you're looking for something to watch. 2, if you guys are looking to explore more music genres, might I recommend nerdcore. Most of the artists in the community are rappers, while some lean on more vocals. You might have heard some of the genre's more popular stuff, such as shonen jump rap cypher. The reasons it's called nerdcore is because of the subject matter is more about nerd culture, anime, and video games for the most part from what I've seen. If you really want to look into it, I'd recommend Divide Music, rock/metal, Habavul, and Daddy Fat Snaps, rappers with some vocals. Daddy Fat Snaps used to be in the Destiny community, if I'm not mistaken, since he's interacted with Bless Broman on social media a bit, not recently though. Actually divided music, My Hero Academia and Mr. Fruit are some of the things that motivated me to start working out and losing weight for almost a year now. Since then, I've gone from 235 pounds to almost 187.
Yo,
Thank you again for all the joy you guys have brought me with the content over the past 5 years, and many more to come. P.S. Sorry, I've structured all this too well, writing this at 3 a.m. before I sleep. Well, Classy, thank you for writing that, dude, and thank you for finally... Yeah, for supporting this podcast and supporting us. We really appreciate it. We'll definitely check this out. I know Sydney is definitely into more like thriller mystery type shows. So yeah, we'll definitely check all that out. I have heard of nerdcore before in terms of like music and stuff. Not really my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people really like it. Abel asks, have you guys gone to any concerts? If so, what has been your favorite?
Never been a concert guy.
Odd Future, Tyler the Creator, circa 2014 or 2013 or 2012. Yeah, it was my junior year. So 2012, Odd Future. I think Goblin had just come out. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was 11.
Yeah, I don't think your mom and dad would let you go to that show.
I think so.
That was crazy. Or Joey Badass, circa 2015. I'll never forget it when how can I forget that song? But a song from 1990, Survival Tactics. Survival Tactics came on, which is like Joey Badass's banger of bangers, and I was like in the back of the mosh pit. Like in the back of like where people stand, and by the time that mosh pit and that song was over, I was in the front row because everybody was just moshing so hard. Yeah, it was sweet. What about you, Blue? What's been your favorite concert you've ever been to?
So my favorite one is probably this band called Deaf Heaven. They're like a controversially called a metal band, but they're like a shoegaze metal band, and they're super dope. I just remember going to that show, and they were so ridiculously good live, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like, it's like when you go to a show and you're like, "Wow, I think they're actually better live than they are in recordings." So
for sure,
that was.
I definitely felt that way. I felt that way about Childish Gambino too. I was like, he can sing. Like, this guy's really talented. Maltar, you've never been to a concert, Joey, ever?
I've been to like local shows. We do a lot of like local shows around here. They have like small bands playing, but no, I've never like. I'm
Lady
not
Gaga
really
or
a huge.
like that.
No, I'm not really a huge music guy, to be honest. Like a lot through high school, I just watched YouTube. It's never really.
I get that.
Like music.
Maltarb asks, Mr. Westlo, what is your favorite shiny Pokemon?
Ooh,
Garchomp for me.
Yeah,
Let's go, dude.
that's a hard question. I would say if I had to pick, it would be Umbreon. Going from the
subtle,
the yellow,
it's like, it's like a light
the yellow
blue, right?
glow to the
blue?
to the cyan blue. Oof.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good pick.
Crystal Angelo asks, question for Blue. Have you followed the entire Final Fantasy series? And if so, which is your absolute favorite?
It's FF14. I haven't followed Final Fantasy as much as other people. But it's definitely 14 is definitely my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Oko asks, Blue, have you done DRS? I've been doing it for a while, looking for a UCOB or a UWU group, and it's super fun to hit 1 million damage on war. Also, my nasty Machop is available if y'all ever need it on New Unite.
Yo.
Copy that, Oko.
Interesting.
I think you added me, Oko, on Switch, I think. Have you ever done DRS?
Haven't done DRS. I'm probably going to get into a group doing DRS soon. Just because I want the Diable Law's Order gear. But nope, haven't done it.
I only do DRS when my F1 crew approves of it.
True. Also, Grats, I'm looking for UWU and UCOB groups. I believe in you. You're going to do this. It's going to be great.
Johnny Krumer asks, what is the moment where you felt the most grateful? Literally like 2 weeks ago when I paid off my student loans, because I couldn't pay off my student loans without the help of people who support this podcast, people who support me on the stream, people who support Christian, all that kind of stuff.
Big claps.
I feel most grateful is, especially when I start the stream and people start chatting in my stream, you know, like I feel grateful like every day because of you guys.
I have to slightly agree on a little bit of a smaller scale. I think this month, I guess these last 2 months, I basically doubled my numbers on Twitch. I had started this year, I had 300 followers on Twitch, and the support from just Fruit community and everybody else who I've been interacting with recently. Someone dropped a 100 gift bomb in my chat the other day, and I cried on stream for the first time because I'm moving out of my house soon. I am super worried about money, and it's just the support that I've been getting from even you guys, Rob, Blue. I mean, you guys are awesome, but the community is really just pulled together around me, and it's nice to see that people who said that I wouldn't really make it anywhere are wrong. It's really nice to see that. So
well, we believe in you, dude. What about you, Blue?
Hit me with it again. That was beautiful, and
What was the moment?
What was the moment? Me right in my feels. I'm not gonna lie.
What was the moment you were you felt most grateful?
That's impossible. It's so hard. Most grateful. I think it was our first charity block, GCX.
Oh, that too.
Big.
Yeah.
Our first charity block right after. I was just
yeah, dude. I remember just us sitting there going did that just happen?
Wow, this is crazy. Man, we're lucky. We're very lucky. That's just all I was saying. I was this is we're incredibly lucky.
Yeah. The Mythical T asks, do you know if you've talked about it before, but thoughts about Dado ripping a shiny full out dub wool on stream? Oh. It's in his stream highlights number 31 around 310.
Yo, dude, fight me, Dado. Hold on.
Oh.
I bought 1 pack of Shining Fates, baby.
The flags.
Shiny Scented Scorch, very flexy. I love Pokemon cards. I hate how expensive they become. I can no longer afford Pokemon cards. Yeah. Absolutely one of my favorite things, and I can't enjoy my hobby anymore. I pulled one Rainbow Charizard when Champion's Path came out, and then I never bought Champion's Path again. So
yeah, that sucks for Dado. I don't know if that's a good card, but that's sad. Good. I need to watch it.
It's a shiny full art. That means it's pretty banging. That's a good set too. Probably one of my favorites. Anyway,
Z-Train asks, my wife wanted to ask this. If you could be a plant, what would you be? That's a good question.
Bird of paradise.
Weed plant. Cannabis.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Same.
Or you know what? Beans. A bean plant. Whatever plant makes beans, that plant.
A bean plant. You like beans?
So I can make beans. Who doesn't like beans?
Beans.
What the fuck?
Another new GG over Easy Legend, the Counselor asks, would you rather have speed or no feet? Wait. Would you rather have super speed but no feet, or super strength but no hands?
Super speed, no feet.
Yeah, I need my hands.
I need my hands.
Here's the thing. Super speed with no feet, you can learn to walk on your hands. But you'll still be super speed. But if you don't have hands, that immediately limits your capabilities because all your legs do is move you forward. You know, they don't do anything. Maybe like kick people. But like your hands are like your main tools to get things done.
That's fair.
That's big thinking, Blue.
So
I
like
was gonna
it's
say
a lot harder.
strength with the feet because then you can like super kick. You can like jump up,
Oh,
super
yeah.
kick, bitches.
I gotta go with speed though. I gotta
I'm
go with
speed.
the speed.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, it's a lot harder to learn how to do things with your feet than it is to do things with your hands.
That's
Factual.
True, that's true.
Angel asks, what's your guys' review on Pokemon Unite? And also, who's everyone's mains? I think we've...
poggers.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. And Talonflame. Ezra asks, at About Time Joey, X question for the podcast, how likely is it that you would be included in the next Fruit Summit?
That's not up to me.
I think
I'd love to be there. I wouldn't put your eggs in that basket, though. Yeah, we'll see.
Kind of funny, though.
Right?
Reacher asks, what is your favorite video game weapon? Anything from normal everyday weapon to Destiny's Hawkmoon or something classic like the Master Sword?
I feel like I've heard this question like 16 times, and I never have a good answer.
I always think of the Lancer from Gears of War, just how it has a chainsaw and stuff. I always thought that was super badass.
Darth Maul's lightsaber.
Oh,
from Battlefront.
Yo,
Star Wars Battlefront.
That's a good one. Holy crap.
I would cut myself in half instantly, but you know what?
It'd be worth it.
When Darth Maul got cut in half, it made him way cooler as a character. So who knows?
Correct.
Maybe that's my favorite character in Star Wars. Love that guy. Him and Max Rebo.
What about you, Blue?
I have really normie answers. It would be some type of gun from Destiny, namely Polaris Lance. That would be sick to have.
Telesto.
But if we're talking melee weapon, I literally have a Gunblade replica behind me. So
Let's go.
That should be your answer.
Lil Johnny Boy asks, hey, Joey, what is your favorite Pokemon and region?
My boy Totodile. The whole Totodile line is my boy.
Yo, he got
region,
the Roblox Totodile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Honestly, probably like Unova, I guess. I mean, I liked Black and White. I'm not really a follower of Galar, but
How dare.
probably I know it feels bad. Probably yeah, either Unova or Kanto, for obvious reasons.
Lil Crispy asks, what were your guys' most petty moments? Wait, what are your guys' most petty moments? ING, in game? Oh, in game or IRL? My most petty moments?
I have a customer service one that I did at my retail job, but someone spit on me.
No way.
Okay, again,
What?
why I want to be a content creator? I hate working retail, and that's what I've been doing for 2 years. I have been spit on. I have been sexually harassed. It's a whole thing. My pettiest moment was this guy came in and he asked for cash back. Our machines, I can't take cash out of the machines. So the only way I can do that is I can give change. That's it. So this guy came in. He's like, "Hey, can I get cash back for like a 50 or cash back if I gave you my card?" I'm like, "No, sir, we can't do cash back." He's like, "Oh, come on, just run the card and charge me 50 and then give me the cash." I'm like, "Sir,
it doesn't work like that, man.
There's not a button." And he's like, "No, just like give me cash from my card." And I was like, "Sir, that's cash back. I can't give you cash back." And he was like, "Well, man, fuck you." And I was like, "Fuck your cash back." And he spit. He spit. So
no way.
He wasn't a good spitter. It kind of like made a cloud in front of me, but I was after a 9-hour shift. I wanted to, but I honestly sat there. I was like,
that's
I
why
wiped my face off. That was the moment. Make me please.
Again, there's a reason I am overly nice to people when I go out.
Yeah. Dude. So
my most petty moment, I don't know, whenever I got pissed that Blue and Christian beat me at video games in D1, I guess, would be pretty petty. Can you think of any petty moments, Blue, for you?
I don't know. I can remember a lot of petty moments that Rob has done. Rob is the most passive-aggressive, petty person I've ever met.
I am pretty petty.
There's especially during games, mid-game playing.
That's
We just
true.
make like snarky little comments that are just like happened like 5 minutes ago. I should be like,
Very
"Damn,
true.
Rob, what the heck, man?
Yeah, I need to, I'm better about that, I think, now.
I love it. It's dope. Don't never stop."
Clay Crook asks, all the love for fruit, but this is for the risk takers. Anytime you guys ever drank or smoked too much, again, love you, fruit. Don't want you to feel left out.
Legally, I cannot answer this question.
That means
I mean, I don't think I've ever smoked too much, but I've taken like too many edibles, and like I was like, I could like talk to myself and just breathe, dude. Just like relax. Like you're a human. I mean, everybody knows my acid story.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I smoke so much like nowadays that like it's just like I'm just a stoner. Like I can't get too high because I'm only high for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not a big drug guy, but the other thing, redacted.
Redacted. So we'll learn about that later. Can you think of anything, Blue, for you or no?
Not really. I've never like overconsumed, to be honest.
I can think of a story when I was like 23 and it was New Year's. And by this point it's like 9:30 and I had like a bunch of champagne, shots, beer, all that kind of stuff. And I'm a big puke and rally guy. I'm a big believer in that, like, you can go to the bathroom and like, hey, if you gotta puke, just puke. Wash out your mouth. Time to party again. Like, let's get back in there. I'm a big believer in that. Like, I've gotten through 95% of my parties with pukes and rallies. And this one time I was at my boy's house. His parents let us throw a party at his house while they were on vacation. They're cool. But also, I don't know, that's kind of weird. And I remember going like, okay, I need to go puke. Let me get up these stairs. And I remember getting up the stairs and getting to the bathroom and just letting loose in the bathroom. And like, I'm going to tell you, like, it was like bad throw. It was like black. Like, I had been drinking way too much.
Ouch.
And I remember getting to the bathroom just going, oh, thank God nobody knows that this is happening. Thank God I didn't like puke on the stairs or anything. Bro, like, I'm telling you, on cue, my stepbrother bangs the door, like, bang, 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 just goes, hey, Rob, you puked all over the stairs, bro. Please open up the door. Like, let me in.
Oh, my God.
And apparently, I thought I had gotten up the stairs and not puked. Apparently, I had puked all over the stairs.
Oh,
apparently, dude. And I thought I had gotten there, like, smooth sailing. And I was, like, leaning on the back wall looking at the door. So the door is like probably 5 or 10 feet, like 5 feet in front of me. And I was like, he's like, let me in. So I was like, okay, I got to let him in. And I remember like trying to get up and like my front force just took me forward and I just face planted.
Oh no, dude.
And that was like the only time that like I had ever drank too much to the point where like I was that person. And I think since then, and that was probably like 8 years ago, I have never gotten to the point where like people know Rob is fucking sick over there. Like it's been like, is Rob all right? But like, and then I come back like, what's up, bitch? And then it was like, yeah. But like, that was the only time where it was like, I'm out. Like, Ricardio the Heart asks, out of the 3 so far, which is your favorite MCU phase?
3, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
Endgame.
3.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
most banger movies.
Phase 1 was so mid. Phase 2.
Phase 2 is what? Civil War? Is that like the?
No, I think it's like the beginning of Phase 3.
Yeah, Phase 3 was like. Phase 3 is where they really hit their stride, I think. Phase 2
I'm super
was
excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Phase 4. Just see where they, especially with the TV series, have been knocking it out the park.
Dude, well, shameless plug. The Cosmic Out podcast did a whole season review on Loki. So if you want to check that out, I talk a lot about the comics and everything that I know. So pretty banger episode over at another podcast if you're a podcast listener, which you are.
If you're this far into a podcast.
You're this far in the podcast, yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely say the third
yeah,
phase.
3, yeah.
Fourth phase looks really cool though. Like, looks like it's about to get crazy. I hope they're not biting them off more than they could chew though.
We'll see.
Mr. Slippery Fist with the last question says, if Victoria's Secret sponsored this podcast, would you regularly wear thongs?
As someone who made a little less than 30 cents from their most recent podcast episode, if anyone would sponsor me, I would do whatever they asked. Just Cosmic Couch. Starting off, baby. Let's get it.
I mean, Victoria's Secret has great quality, so yeah, I would. I'm sure they make like a male thong. I mean, they may not.
Well, because
I think it's like
thongs
a women's store.
Thongs are for everyone, Rob.
Hell yeah.
You know what? You're right. Hey, sit. I'm just kidding. I need to borrow something. But guys, that'll do it for the questions, which means we are coming to the tail end of the podcast.
Long episode. I'm actually surprised.
Well, Joey, thank you so much for filling in for Fruit this week.
I thought it was kind of week you want.
I thought it was very cool and very symbolic that we could have you on here while he was gone. Because we know you stand.
I'll eventually have to do it with him, I guess, when he is back.
Now the important part, Joey. Where can people find you on the internet? I
have the perfect brand name. You can find me everywhere at AbouTimeJoey, baby.
There you go. Everywhere. Blue, where can people find you on the internet?
Hey, you guys can find me everywhere at AbouTimeJoey and on Joey's
That's right.
That's what I was going to say. You guys can find me on Joey's Farmers Only because he has a range.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
See, that's a double layer joke right there. Yeah, that's actually a double layer joke. But guys, appreciate you guys listening to episode 93 of the podcast. Mr. Fruit will be back next week with us, and we'll be on our way to episode 100. So thank you guys all for listening. I will catch you on the tail end. Peace out.
See ya.